It is my pleasure to introduce one of the loveliest humans on this planet currently here. And she brings laughter and love to every person she meets. In fact, when she calls me and leaves a voicemail, she's laughing first. And then she says, "This is Lala." So I just want to give a very warm welcome to Elaine LaLanne.
Wow, these are a hard acts to follow, I'll tell you. You know, here I am again, 96 and holding. I don't feel so old, but my feet don't go as fast. You know, I'm here again to present the IDEA 2022 Jack LaLanne Award to a man who is anything but blank. He's multi-talented, I'll tell you. It's Billy Blanks, and yay! You know, when Billy had an idea and a goal, he was inspired. And he proceeded on a plan, and a plan of action. And he made up his mind to carry it through. One of which was creating Tae-Bo exercises. Yeah. Those exercises helped inspire the world to fitness. You know, we all need inspiration and a plan of action. Have you been inspired by someone? I have. I was inspired by Jack LaLanne at KGO TV in San Francisco, where I was a co-host on a daily 90-minute afternoon interview show. I was smoking, eating junk food, and I'd often come into the studio and I would chomp on a chocolate donut. I loved chocolate donuts. And Jack would come over and say, the only thing good about the donut is the hole in the middle. You know, in those days, Jack was called a crackpot and a nut and a charlatan for charging money to exercise. Training with weights, my gosh, that was, you'd get muscle bound. And not women would get muscles like a man. And so this is, not too much was known about nutrition either. Jack believed that everything starts between your ears. Your mind is a mine, full of diamonds, and you just need to dig them up. And if you use a stretch band, eat a nutrition bar, drink a protein drink, use a leg extension, wall pulling machine, Smith's machine, or even a weight selector, you can likely thank Jack, who did all this stuff in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and whatnot. So it's all in my book. All this stuff that I've been telling you is in Pride and Discipline, The Legacy of Jack LaLanne, in his own words that I wrote with Greg Justice. Now, Billy Blank had diamonds flowing out of his mind, too. He's so multi-talented. And you can have the diamonds flow out of your eyes as he has done. Now, when Billy decided to take up karate, he became the 7th degree black belt in Taekwondo and the 4th degree black belt in Kung Fu. He was also a 7-time world karate fight champion and Golden Glove boxing champion. He was captain of the United States karate team and won over 30 gold medals in international competition. And for 7 years, he was rated #1 and #2 as a full contact karate fighter, one of the greatest karate fight records in sports history. Billy posted over 300 career victories and was honored and inducted into the Karate Hall of Fame. Putting together his knowledge of Taekwondo and boxing, he came up with Taibo, which swept the world like wildfire and propelled him into one of the most recognizable and biggest selling fitness trainers in the world. His good friend Dan Isaacson told me, Billy always speaks the truth, and he lives by these words: I walk in faith, not in sight. And Eric the trainer told me a little secret about him. He's also a very good musician. So we got to hear some of his music. So right now, let's take a minute to be inspired by the impact of the amazing Billy Blanks.
Taibo and what it's done for the world, because Taibo's all over the world. It's not just here in the United States, it's everywhere. It really revolutionized people, the way people think about physical fitness, because now when you look, you see everybody doing something like Taibo. But listen, 1999, we are the original.
You know, what helped me out, I was a kid who had a learning disorder, and that was dyslexia. And that time, they didn't know what it was. So I got involved with martial arts. When I got involved in martial arts, that helped me build my confidence up, and it gave me strength. So I started teaching myself physical fitness. And then when I started learning about how to help myself, then I became better in school. I became better in everything. So now I created a word that's in the dictionary right now. It's called Taibo. Who would ever think I'd be that person who would create a word? So I always tell the kids, young people like yourself, there's somebody just like me in this school. They can do the same thing that I've done. They just got to believe in themselves and put on the power.
Keep going, guys. That's it.
Please help me welcome, put your hands together to welcome the 2022 Idea Jack LaLanne Award, Billy Blanks.
Are you ready?
You know, congratulations.
Thank you.
But do you really need that hat? Can I give you another hat?
I'll be more
I'll
than happy to wear this hat. Yeah, I'll be
Jack
more than happy
LaLanne
to.
hat.
Whoa! Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let me help you over here.
No, this is fine.
Oh, you got it?
I'm still.
Hello, everybody. Okay. First of all, I'm going to thank Idea for giving me this opportunity to come and speak to you guys and talk about the word limitless. It's really important to me in my life. Like the video said a little bit earlier, I grew up in school. When I grew up in school, nobody knew what dyslexia was all about. So as a kid, people thought I was mentally handicapped, but I wasn't mentally handicapped. I was a shy kid that had a learning disorder that most people didn't know anything about. And once I got involved with martial arts. Once I started learning martial arts, it gave me a chance to see out of my own eyes that I could be successful. And through that, it gave me a chance to travel throughout the world. Who would ever think that I would create a word that would revolutionize the whole fitness world? When you talk about Taibo, T stands for total, A stands for awareness, E stands for excellent, B stands for body, O stands for obedience. Total awareness for excellent body obedience. That's what it was all about for me, because I needed to know how to control what Billy Blanks had. Because in school, I wasn't doing well. I had a hard time. I grew up with a family of 15 brothers and sisters. Got 10 brothers, and I got 5 sisters. In that 10 brothers and 5 sisters, I was the only brother that was uncoordinated. Serious. All my brothers are athletes, football players and basketball players. But I thought for sure that I could play a sport too, but I didn't have the confidence mentally to be able to feel like I could do it because of dyslexia. When you play a sport, you got to learn how to read plays, and you have to do these different things. And at that time, when I looked at words, I couldn't understand what words were all about. I couldn't understand what the meaning of certain things. And then throughout my life, I got involved with karate, and it gave me a chance. I won a couple of world championships, and at that time, I still was that person who didn't have the power to feel like I can be successful. And when you first do something, you do it, and you go, okay, I want to feel something from it. When I won the world championship for the first time, I thought I was going to feel something, but I didn't feel anything. And I went back, and I did it 6 more times. And I was trying to get a feeling. I was actually trying to get a feeling from it, but I didn't get anything. I wanted to be in a movie. I wanted to be like Bruce Lee. I wanted to be able to do a lot of different things. And all these things that I was doing, it still took me to an empty place. I was not a happy person until I learned about the one upstairs. Serious. And I don't tell people what to believe in. I tell people you believe in what you would believe in. But whatever you believe in, make sure it can help you and give you the power that you need so you can be steadfast at being your best, right? Well, I accepted Jesus, and Jesus gave me the power to understand who Billy Blanks is. And once I understand, when I learned that, all of a sudden, man, my life changed. When you talk about limitless, think about it. When you talk about the word limitless, oh my God. Inside the word question, I always ask people, when you ask a person, when you do a seminar, because I go all over the world, I've been to 106 countries training people. And when you talk to people about fitness and you say, hey, do you have any questions? People are scared to answer questions. Do you know that when you write the word question out, if you look in the middle of question, it's the word quest. But some people don't see that word. In the middle of the word question is the word quest. And what is the quest? It's a journey. And if you don't ask the question, how can you fulfill the journey? Or how can a person next to you fulfill their journey? Because that might be the question that they might need that might save their life, right? And that happened to me while I was in school. I had a lot of questions I needed to ask the teacher, but I was too scared. I was too shy. And those things kept me from growing in a way that people think you should grow. Reading books, you got to be good at reading. Math, all these different types of things. But in my world, I couldn't understand that stuff. One thing I could understand is the physical body and the mind. I was in special education one day. I was sitting in my classroom, and I was sitting next to this guy named Mark. And he was handicapped. He couldn't hold his head up. He had arms all deformed. But when I was inside that class, he gave me a chance to see out of my own eyes that it wasn't about the physical body. It's about what's inside your heart. And I'm telling you, when I learned what was inside my heart, when I learned that I have power that was better than what people saw on the outside, that's when Billy Blanks took off and started helping people, really helping people. Like in this room, you say to people, everybody say this and think about what you say when you say it. Say, I. Say it with some authority. Say it with power. Say, I. Look. And act. Just like my mind and will. Think about what you're saying there. Say it one more time. I. Look. And act. Just like my mind and will. That's a powerful statement. Say it like this. I. Look. And act just like my body. That's how most people are. They look in the mirror, they get discouraged. I don't know. I have a mind, I have a will. You have a mind, you have a will. You can make your body do whatever you want it to do, but you have to take charge. When I learned that my mind and will was a tool that I needed to train, that's when my whole life changed. It wasn't about big muscle. Yeah, I have a big muscle. I'm pretty strong. But it wasn't about that, because that doesn't last long. Pretty soon I'll be 67 years old, and still being able to do the things that I can do. I just know that, through the age, you age. You start to reverse and you start to go the other way. But, we're so blessed with a company like Ideal. It gives us an opportunity, and all you guys fitness people out there, you give people a chance to reverse it and go the other way and keep themselves in good play, keep themselves in good shape. So I know that with the mind and you take the wheel, you can always bring your body under control. And I always tell my clients, you know what? I ask them a question. Can I come down off the stage for 1 second? I want to ask you a question. I'm going to jump off. Okay, I'm going to ask this question. Do you believe you have that in your hand?
I believe I have this in my hand, yes.
You guys hear what he said? Do you believe you have that in your hand? Yes. Yes, what? I do. You do believe. That's good. Okay, ask me that question. No. I know it's in my hand. What has belief got to do with this? Nothing. Think about this. For years, you ever wanted something? You really wanted something in your life? You go, take for instance a car. You wanted that car. When you go like this, you're sitting in a car or whatever you wanted, you have it in your hands and you go like this. I can't believe I have that. And I go like this. When you gonna know? No, serious. When you gonna know? Because when you know is when your life is gonna change. My clients ask me, I said, do you believe you can get in shape? They ask me that question. Billy, you believe I can get in shape? I go, no, I don't believe you can get in shape. You ask me about your own belief. No. You got to know you're going to get in shape. And if you know you're going to get in shape and you know you're going to change your life, things happen. Believing is the word that's a word that people respond to. Hey, do you believe you can do that? Oh, yeah, I believe it. But they sit on the couch. Do you believe you can do it? Oh, yeah, I believe it. But they don't do anything to follow it up. When a person knows that they know they're going to do something, they're doing it. They're walking in it. What I've learned, too, is to take myself, the word T-R-Y. I don't like my people that I work with, I don't like to hear them say I'm going to try. Because trying is like this. If I say, try to walk through that door, you know how to walk through that door. Why try? You might not be able to walk through it the way you want to walk through it, but sooner or later, if you keep doing it, you will walk through the door. So I no longer try. I don't want to try to do anything. I want to do it. Is it going to take work? Yes, it's going to take work. Is it going to take effort? Yes, it's going to. Am I going to fall? Yeah. I'm going to stumble. And what's going to happen? I'm going to get right back up. And being a fighter, like I say to people, I know what it takes to fight. I've been in the ring. I go up against my opponent. My goal was to go out there and see who had the best skills. And if whoever had the best skills at the end of the day, they're going to be the person who wins. As a trainer, the same way. When I go into a room to train somebody, my goal is to go in there with some skills, to talk to the person, hear what the person has to say to me, and then put it to work, put it to use, and then get that person to get to where they need to go. And then once they go where they need to go, what do? Look out of your own eyes and see what you just did. It's not about Billy Blanks, it's about what you just did to help yourself be the best that you can be. Can everybody understand what I'm saying? So when you're going for things, right? When you're going, for me, it's not about the body. For me, it's not about the body. It's about what you got inside your heart. If I can get you to get your mind off your body and put your mind on your heart, watch and see the great things that will happen in your life. I mean, Tybo is just a tool that God gave me. Could you imagine? Most workouts, and I can honestly say this, most workouts, they come as a trend. And then they go. But Tybo was not a trend. That was a lifestyle. It's in the hearts of, when I walk around the street, and it's just so funny, when I walk around the street, in the airports, I'm in the airports, and people, I used to work out with you with my mom. Young kids come, they come and say, oh, my mom used to work out with you all the time, and I see you on they say things to me everywhere I go. So they said, has Tybo died? No, Tybo's not died. It's in the hearts of people. I've got a chance to do, who would ever think that I would say, who would ever think I would be here? I mean, to get the Jack LaLanne Award? Listen to me. Listen for 1 second. I was 11 years old, and I used to go in the house, and I lived in a bad area. I used to go in the house, and when Jack LaLanne came on TV, I turned the TV on. I was just like this. And you know what happened? Jack LaLanne, when Jack LaLanne came on TV, he talked to my heart. I mean, I couldn't afford to go get weights or go things. He just talked to the heart of Billy Blanks. And what did Billy Blanks do? Go get on the floor and start doing push-ups. Go in the backyard and I started doing these things. He motivated. Who would ever think? I'll call myself. You said one day, I'm going to be the Black Jack LaLanne. Serious. No, serious. No. 11 years old. 11 years old. From 11 years old up until now, I always talk about Jack LaLanne. And then being able to go to QVC and then stand there next to him. He's promoting his juicer. I'm promoting Tybo. Right? Who would ever think that I would be getting this award? God did. God had a place for it. Right? He had a place for it. I know he did. And I know faith. They say, walk by faith and not by sight. I always tell people, exercise by faith and not by sight. Because exercising by faith, I can't see the results right away. But what I do see right away is the inward person. The inward person now is starting to take the body and put it in a place where it's never been before. Could you imagine? Your inward self takes your body, pushes you in a place, and gives you the power so you can understand that, you know what? I can be limitless. Serious. It says in the book of Proverbs, death and life is in the power of the tongue. Think about what it says. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Those who love it, this is the part I love. Those who love it will get its fruit. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will get its fruit. Why does God use the word fruit? He uses the word fruit because fruit is a seed. What's the most powerful thing in the world? I always ask people that question. What is to you, what is the most powerful thing in the world? Think about it. Love is the most powerful thing in the world. But if love is the most powerful thing in the world, how come it hasn't healed the world? People always say love is the most powerful thing in the world. Love is the thing that I have to have, right? But I believe the most powerful thing in the world is words. Who words do you believe the most? Your own. Who words do you know the most? Your own. How many times have you broken a promise to yourself? A lot. So can you trust your word? Maybe. Right? Because you broke a lot of promises to yourself. So is it hard to trust your own word? Yeah. That's why you got people behind you tapping you in the back. Your mom, come on, you can do it. Your dad, come on, you can do it. Your friends, come on, you can do it. Right? Well, I learned words are the most powerful thing in the world to me because God says death and life is in the power of your tongue. Those who love it will get its fruit. Think about it. Fruit, seed. If I plant a word out of my mouth that's no good, I'm going to get the seed of it. Think about it. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Whose words do you know the most? Your own. Whose words do you believe the most? Your own. Think about it. Have you got up in the morning and you said this? Today it's going to be hard. You go like this. Oh, I'll never be able to do that. You ever hear people say that? You're right. You cannot surpass your own understanding. Think about this. You cannot surpass your own understanding. Thoughts, ideas, and suggestions do what? They come to you 24/7. And where do they go? They knock on the door to your will. A thought, idea, and suggestion will knock on the door to your will. And what do? Open up the door. Oh, got another one. Anyway, what was I just saying? Can anybody tell me what I was just saying? Knock on the door. Right. Listen. If what's behind that door will knock on the door to your will. Something will knock on the door to your will. That's why this is an awesome theme, limitless. Yeah, that is really awesome. Something will knock on the door to your will. And behind that door of your will is what's going on in your heart. And if what's going on in your heart is not strong enough to get you where you need to go, you're going to end up doing what's behind that door. Think about it. The will is the powerful thing. The mind is a powerful thing. But people don't know. You ever hear this out loud? You ever hear people say this? That's a sense-minded person. You ever hear that? Have you heard anybody say something like that? That's a sense-minded person. And what I mean by sense-minded person, they think by what they have. We have 5 senses. What I see, what I hear, what I taste, what I smell, what I touch. They cause me to want. What I see, I want it. What I touch, I want it. What I taste, I want it. So it can take charge of my life if I don't watch myself. So I want to watch myself and have the power to be able to control them. I love my senses, because without my senses, I wouldn't know how to love. So I love them, but I have to control them. I have to take a choke chain and put it on them. Because if I don't choke them, they'll choke me in my destiny, in my hard work, or trying to go where God wants me to go, or where people want me to go. Because people ask for a lot out of you, especially as a trainer. They're knocking at your will 24/7. If your will is not strong enough to be able to handle that, then you won't be in the game for the way you should be in the game. And that's why I say everybody in this room, you know, who makes Billy Blanks who he is? People. If it wasn't for people buying the video, nobody would even know who I was. But what happened is when people looked at the video, they heard me speak from my heart. I just talked to them. Listen, if you got a will, Taibo will be the way. If you don't got the will, don't do it. What does life say to you every day you get out of your bed? Life knocks at the door to your will, 24/7, knocks at the door to your will and says, come on. And I always tell people, my clients, be ready to fight. Because 24/7, life fights, knocks at the door. As soon as I walk out the door, life knocks at the door. And I say, let's go. No, serious. I say, let's go. Because if you can do that, you can see a lot of changes happen in your life. So just remember, like I said again, for myself, I always tell myself every day I get up, death and life, Billy, is in the power of your tongue. Remember that, right? Those who love it will get its fruit. I always go like this, take the word life out, use the word death. Think about this. Death is in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will get the fruit of it. So what do? Watch what I say. I have to. And then I know as a trainer, when I get up, I got to go look in the mirror and see who Billy Blank's going to be. Oh, you don't want people to see that. So you got to change it. I have to change myself because I'm not here to help Billy. I'm not here to help people. Billy Blanks, I ask God when I come up on the stage, please disqualify Billy Blanks. Take Billy Blanks out the picture and allow me to talk to the world because the world is here. Allow me to talk to the world so I can show people, look, I'm just a normal guy. I just love people. And based on loving people, it gave me a chance to train, touch, save, and talk in people's lives as an everyday person. Can y'all understand what I'm saying? So, we got 4 minutes left. Like she said earlier, I do love music. I love everything about fitness. I love to be in a place like this with fitness trainers. I love to listen to people. I always said people say, hey, people look at me because I'm a pretty quiet guy. I don't really say too much. I'm pretty quiet. So sometimes, you think he's going to be all right? I remember being on the United States karate team. I was so quiet. My coach would go, hey, do you think this guy going to do well in the competition? I was the first American who ever won a national title, right? First AAU champion. So he goes, you think this guy going to be able to fight? Because I was quiet. I wasn't the guy that got out there, come on, let's go. I wasn't like that, right? And the day of the competition, the world championship, I was the only one that won. I was quiet, but when the camera comes on, let's go. That's my time, right? When the camera comes, you go ahead and do your thing. Well, the same thing happens, here today. When I get the opportunity to come on stage, people, oh, Billy Blanks, how you doing? I'm pretty shy. I don't really say too much. But if I get a chance to get on stage to help people, get Billy out of the way, let's do what Billy needs to do to help people be the best they can be. All you trainers out there, you all have a gift. Everybody in this room have a gift. And the gift, can you imagine if you took that gift and you put it in order and you start, we all come together to change a person's life. Look how many people was in this room. Come on, we can change the world. If everybody come online, if everybody comes online, we can change the world. The world can be changed. Everybody has different opinions. Everybody got this. And all those things that when it comes down to it, the different opinions that we have about fitness, it all comes down to that word limitless. Because we're supposed to teach people, you ain't got no limits. I don't have a limit. I thought I did. I thought I had a limit. If I listen to what people say, you know how people say, you know what people say to you? You're going to be a bum. You're never going to be able to do that. That's too hard for you. If I listen to what man says, I would never be sitting here. Listen, when I first get ready to do my first videotape, one of the biggest video companies in the world came to me and said, Billy Blanks, we want to do a video. I want you to invite you to the office. They invited me to the office, and when I got to the office, you know what they said to me? They set me down on the table and said, hey, Mr. Blanks, we don't think you're going to work. You know what they told me? They told me I wasn't going to work because I was black. Listen to me. They told me I was not going to work because I was black. I said, okay, no problem. I'll just go back to the drawing board, and I'll keep doing what God put in my heart to do. They said I wouldn't work in the Midwest because I was black. If Midwest people women won't work out with me. So I said, okay, no problem. Went back to the drawing board, and guess what? A guy who was about 70 years old from the Midwest came to my studio. Hey, how would you like to do a video? They told me that, we're talking about the biggest video company in the world, said that I would never work because I was black in the Midwest. And they don't think white women would work out. But it was not true. I said, hey, if women were looking at the color of my skin, then I'm doing the wrong thing anyway. People should be looking at the content of my character because that's the character that's what's going to help me help people. And guess what? The guy believed in me. He came back. He says, hey, let's go shoot a video. I went from California to Ohio. He took me to his video shop. Inside the video shop was a garage. It was a video company set back in the corner of his garage. He said, if you want to do a video, we can do a video. I said, I would love to do it. And he goes like this, listen, I don't have any money. And I said, I don't have any money either. Right? He says this to me, okay, don't worry, we'll do it. So he put his house up for mortgage. We went back to California. We shot those 4 videos. And them 4 videos, when they came out, it sold 115 million copies. Right? In that time, who would ever think that would happen? It changed the way people thought about fitness. It even created other kickboxing programs to give people a chance to help, not me just help people, but them also helping people around the world. So Tybo and people gave me this opportunity to stand before you guys today and to collect this Jack LaLanne Award. I just want to say, guys, thank you for what y'all done. Keep up the good work. And I gotta say something to my wife over there. My wife, Tomoko, stand up real fast, please. My wife, Tomoko, she helps me all the time. My daughter, Angelica, stand up over there. Mariette, my daughter, Mariette, stand up over there. And my management team, would you guys stand up? And my friend, Eric the trainer. What's up, Eric? All right, so I'm going to say thank you, guys. Y'all be blessed. And remember, this whole thing is about what? Oh, man, y'all got the power. This whole thing is about what? Come on, fitness people. Tell the world, tell the heavens what this whole thing is about. What is it about? Limitless. Say it again. Y'all be blessed, no stress, and be God's best.